Today's session is about self-criticism. So criticism, everybody understands what it is, and we will talk deeply about why self-criticism is so harmful. Hmm? We have always heard about other people criticizing us, and you are not being not comfortable with that. What about you criticizing your own self? How harmful is that? Hmm? Let's understand that. You will realize that the battle that we are fighting is not outside, it's actually inside. And that's the reason the topic selected for today is self-criticism. Okay. What is that battle that you have to win from inside? Some of you who came for these sessions were talking about external situations and external people triggering us. So when we created a list on day one about the triggers, we were talking about different situations, people criticizing me, people not responding to my message, I get angry, and all of that. People and situations we were talking about. But what about something that lies inside us? That's what we are going to dig deeper into. Many of us are harsher to ourselves than anyone else. So forget about other people talking nonsense about us. Forget about situations having influence on us. The inner critic is something that fuels most of our anxiety and stress. The inner critic that we have. So today we are going to learn to change that voice. We are going to learn to change that voice. Now I'll give you a small example. Let's visualize a particular scene, and you tell me the answer as to which one would you choose. Let's say, for example, you are training to become a runner. Okay, let's take an example. Each one of you here are training to become a runner. You want to go for a major competition. Now you get yourself a personal coach who can train you and prepare you for that competition. Okay. The first coach that you hire hmm, is a person who is good in his skills. He knows how to coach you and things like that. He knows the competition rules and everything. He can give you all the knowledge and education about it. But you see, in the next few days, you're seeing that every time every time you make a mistake, you fall down or you don't follow the rules, he yells and shouts at you. He keeps saying that you're too slow. You will never be able to make it in the competition if you're this slow. We don't have a chance to win if this is how you are performing. So you observe his behavior for 1 week and you realize that this guy is constantly telling me that I will not be able to win this competition. I will not be able to win. I will not be able to make it. Now, vis-a-vis another coach. 1 week later, another coach comes, and this particular coach also gives you the same kind of a training. Okay, the training doesn't differ, but his dialogue differs. He tells you every time you fall down, every time you get tired and you sit down in between, he tells you, I know this is hard. Your first time you're training for a competition. I know it's hard on you, but I believe in you. So keep going. You're improving. I'm seeing that you're improving day by day. Today is day 4 that we have trained together. I see there is an improvement. So don't worry, you will get there eventually. Which coach do you like? Tell me. Coach 1, coach 2. Which one would you like to hire for the rest of the event? Yes, coach 2. Both the coaches have the same skills. They are teaching you the same things, but only the dialogue differs. Just give me a moment. I think my headset has got disconnected. Just give me a moment. My headset.
My headset got disconnected. So both the coaches have the same skill sets. They are giving you the same kind of training. Nothing in terms of the training differs, but what differs? Their dialogue with you differs. Okay, for people who did not hear this, gave you an example of two coaches. Okay, you are preparing for a running competition. Let's say you are preparing for a running competition. You hire one coach, coach one. He has good skills, he has good knowledge, and he has trained several runners and all. So there is no doubt about the competency. Coach one is a person who is very much equipped with all the knowledge and everything. But every time you make a mistake, or every time you sit down, you are tired, you want to take rest, he keeps yelling and shouting at you, saying that you're too slow. You will never be able to make it if this is the way you are doing. You will don't have a chance to win the competition if this is the like if you're dragging yourself like a slowpoke. That's coach one. A week later, there comes coach two. Now, coach two is gives you exactly the same training, nothing phenomenal, same training, but the dialogue differs. This coach, whenever you are tired, whenever you fall down, you make a mistake, he says that I know this is hard. You are training for the first time, so I know it's very difficult for you, but I believe in you. So keep going. I can see an improvement in you. I can see what you were in day one, and in day four, there's quite a bit of an improvement. So we will slowly make it there. So out of the two coaches, naturally, the dialogue of the coach two is something that everyone would prefer, isn't it? You would prefer coach two simply because of the motivation that he gives you, of the belief that he installs inside you. We know that it is the second one that we will go for. But here is the truth. Most of us let most of us allow the first coach to live in our heads. Yeah. We know the second coach is good for us, isn't it? We all know. You guys gave an answer in the chat window. We know the second coach is good for us. But we allow the first coach to live in our heads. Why do we do that? Because we allow the first coach to live in our heads, there is a voice always in our heads that says that I'm not good enough. I always make mistakes. I always fail. And because I make mistakes, people don't like me. People don't love me. I need to improve myself. So today's session, we will work on inviting the second coach inside your head. And that's only if you do the activities that I tell you. I as a coach, I always make you do activities. I don't believe in theory. So if you do those activities, you will allow the second coach inside you. Otherwise, you'll just listen to the session and you will be done. You'll go after the session. Okay, very nice session. But I want you to allow the second coach inside you today. How many of you are ready for that? Type ready in the chat box. If you're ready to allow the second coach inside you. Second coach will simply just not walk into your head, but we have to practice. Like I said, all of these skills get refined only through practice. Now, let's first understand about this inner critic, how it forms. Okay. Inner critic, the self-criticism that we have, gets formed might be due to some childhood experiences that you have had. Maybe someone scolded you very, very badly. Scolded you in the sense, not small scoldings, scolded you very badly. Maybe your parents, your teachers, your siblings, they scolded you very badly for a specific mistake that you made, or maybe you didn't study. Maybe you flunked the exam and you were literally beaten. You know, those are the kind of experiences that bring in this inner critic inside you. If you're constantly compared with people, with your friends, with your siblings, If you're constantly compared and criticized, maybe you have an elder sibling who is doing very good in studies, and parents were like, look at him, and look at you. Dabo, you always bring in the 0 marks. Look at your brother, he always gets full marks. Again, that all these kind of fears and anxiety start building up in childhood. They get hold of you in the childhood. Okay, we say in our coaching world, we say from the age of 5, from the age of 5, a child's brain starts getting programmed from the age of 5 till below the age of 5. They don't know what's happening much the outer world. They are not impacted much by the outer world, but by the from the age of 5, the inner programming starts, which means the child starts picking up everything from its surroundings, and these fears start building up inside his head. So when we were born, guys, when we were absolute babies, when we were born, we just had two fears. You know that? What are those two fears? A small child, if you see a baby, is fearful of loud noises. So if your baby is sleeping in the bedroom, and the room beside it, if something falls down, loud noise, your baby will wake up and cry. You see that. So even if the baby is awake, there is a loud noise, but the baby starts crying. So when we are born, the only thing that we are fearful is loud noises, and yes, heights, the falling down. Those are the two things that we were. Have you ever um, seen a baby crying, thinking about his future? No, they're too small, right? We'll say, well, baby has no fear about what is going to happen in the future, or is not worried about, okay, what happened a year ago. Someone was fighting in my house, because they are unaware of what's happening in their surrounding. From the age of 5, they start picking up things. They are more aware of their surroundings. So if there are constant conflicts in the house, they are affected by it. That's the reason when I coach parents also, I say that if there is a conflict between with your spouse, do not do not have this conflict in front of your child. Okay, if you are having an argument, and sometimes these arguments become heated arguments. Okay, so if it's okay to have disagreements with your spouse, but go inside in a room and discuss those disagreements between yourself. Don't discuss it with you in front of your child. Don't get into heated arguments in front of your child, because all this is getting programmed in his mind. Similarly, as a child, if your parent has criticized you or compared you, that gets programmed in your mind. And we carry it forward for so many years. Just think about it. We are all working professionals now. We might have picked it up in any of the childhood experience that we had. And now that's what is constantly playing in our head. Even though now we might be staying away from our parents, we might be having limited contact with them, but that childhood experience is still playing in our heads. Just think about the level of programming that's gone. And when we talk about our parents or teachers, they don't do it intentionally. When I tell my students, uh, I tell them that if parents had the knowledge that they should not be doing it to their children, they wouldn't have done it, right? They do it thinking that, okay, this is in the best interest of my child. If I scold the child for getting low marks, then that will push him further. No, it doesn't happen like that, guys. That's the wrong psychology, where parents feel that if a child is scolded, criticized, he will do better. No, that's the wrong way of dealing things. So if you are a parent to a small child, this is again one big message that you have to go back and discuss with your spouse. That let's not program our child to so when he or she starts believing that she's not good for anything. No, don't do that. There are many skills that we have as your child might be having. Maybe your child is not good in studies, but he has so many other creative skills. Look at those skills, look at those areas. So, our inner critic that we have today is formed in that childhood experiences, and the brain repeats these patterns as self talk. The recording is already there. Now, when I say be compassionate to yourself, when I say that instead of constantly criticizing yourself, speak to yourself in compassion, it does not mean ignore your mistakes. Don't misunderstand thinking that I'm saying that if you have made a mistake, just ignore it. No, we have to learn from our mistakes. As human beings, we will definitely make mistakes. Give yourself freedom to make mistakes, but at the same time, while you have the freedom to make mistakes, learn from your mistakes. So, which means, see, for people who have already been in my business analysis classes, there I discuss several project scenarios, right? Where I faced a difficult customer or whatever might be that scenario. And I tell them that these are the things that went wrong. And from this, what did I learn? I had made the following mistakes, and I put it down. These are the mistakes. So I had this habit right from the beginning. I used to go, as soon as there's a problem in the project, I go quickly in the cafeteria, grab a cup of coffee, and I'm thinking over there, what could I have done to prevent this? Why did things go wrong so badly? So much of escalation happened. How could I have avoided that? I had this constant habit, which means I had the habit of learning from my mistakes. I used to put it down and come back to my desk and put it in a notepad. Oh, these are the things that I ignored, due to which this issue happened. So I'm not here. What I'm doing is I'm learning from my mistakes, but I'm not criticizing myself. There's a difference between both. That particular experience, or whatever happened in the project, has not made me feel that I'm not good enough. It has given me a learning experience, and I'm noting down, okay, going forward, if such a situation happened, these are the things that I should not be doing. Okay, point to be noted. This is the way of dealing with specific situations in your life where you do a retrospective and you understand so that the mistake is not repeated. But at the same time, you're not critical about yourself. Now, what we are going to do is, like I say, always take your notebook and write down. Okay, so take your notebook and pen. I want you to write down one negative thought about yourself, not about anybody else. One negative thought that you have about yourself. And you often keep repeating that in your mind. Just think about it. Yeah, put it in the chat window also. What is that one negative thought? It might be I'm not good enough, or I can't handle it. I always make mistakes, whatever. These are just examples. You write your thought. Rakesh, I want a thought. Fear of failure you have, I understand. But what is the thought that comes to you about yourself? Is it that I always fail, or I always make mistakes? What do you think about yourself when you think about failing? What does that come? So write it in that statement with an I statement. Yeah, these are the kind of statements that I'm looking at. I can't handle this. I can't manage this. I'm always failing. I always make mistakes. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I don't deserve success. Many, many, many. You can have a laundry list of things that people say. Come on, write it in this I format. That will help you. You can think and write. That will help you understand the criticism that you give to yourself. Okay, let me pick up Shubha's statement. I'm not good enough. Okay, Sultana has a whole bunch of it. Huh? I can never be rich. I don't deserve a loving guy. I am very bad in understanding emotions. I will be alone forever. I cannot talk with big people. Hmm. Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes. Just a 1 minute activity. Close your eyes, and I'm going to take just Subha's statement, and you can take your own statement and just think about it, okay? Uh, as you close your eyes, imagine you're talking to your best friend, your bestie. And in that conversation that your bestie is having with you, your best friend, he says that I'm not good enough. Yeah, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve any success. I don't think I will be ever successful in life. This is what your best friend says. Now I want you to visualize you're telling your best friend, yes, you're right. You're an absolute worthless guy. You are not good in anything. You always make mistakes. You are an absolute failure in life. Do you visualize yourself saying that to your best friend? Type yes or no in the chat window. You're an absolute worthless person, not good for anything, always making mistakes. No, we will not do that, right? Because we have some feelings for our best friend. Even if he is saying that I'm not good enough, I don't deserve, I'm not successful in anything, we will never be saying this to our best friend. He's coming and crying and seeking your help. We will not be doing that. What we will say is probably, it's okay. You're doing your best. I know that you are doing your best. You have sent out your resume to so many companies and all. Yes, leave the rest to God. Things will happen to you. Things will work out. I have known you for so many years, so I believe in you. Isn't that what your friend wants to hear at that particular juncture in their life? They want somebody to console them, not somebody who will criticize them more. Yes, you will probably say this. It's okay. I believe in you and things will work out for you. So, if you would not be critical to your best friend when he is critical about himself, when you are not, you will not be critical about himself, you will not judge him. Why are we, why are we constantly critical about ourselves when something that we cannot do to our best friends, we have been doing that to ourselves since so many years. Have you thought about it? It didn't start yesterday or today. Since so many years, we are doing this to ourselves. When the answer that each one of you is has given is we will never do it to our best friend. So does that mean your own self, you don't have any relation with your own self? Does that mean you don't care about yourself? You care about others. You don't care about yourself, is it? So today we are going to do that. What we are going to do is we are going to reframe all those nonsense thoughts that we have. So the technique is reframing. Okay. And I will reframe couple of negative thoughts and give you as examples. I will show you, and you will reframe your own one. Like, for example, in the chat, I have written, I'm not good enough. It's if that's your thought process from today onwards, you will start saying, I'm worthy exactly as I am, or I'm good enough exactly as I am. Okay. Now, if someone says, if you're constantly saying, not someone says, if you're constantly saying, I can't handle this, I can't manage this, start saying, I'm learning to handle challenges step by step. This is being compassionate. So we are not changing directly from I can't handle this to I can handle everything in this world. No, we are not doing that. We are saying, I'm learning to handle challenges step by step, which means you are a work in progress. Has everyone understood this reprogramming? Reframing? Sorry, reframing? Yes, a simple concept. This is a simple concept, changing a negative thought into a positive thought. And when we change a negative to a positive, like I said, we are not going to fake it, right? It's not about faking. That's the reason gave you an example of I can't handle this. Uh, I'm not saying the sentence I can't handle this can be should be changed as I can handle everything in this world, which is not true. There are several instances which we still can't handle. But tell yourself, I'm learning to handle challenges step by step. Now, this is about self-criticism. Write down a couple of statements which you wrote about your self-criticism, which you would like to reframe. Come on. Devi, try to reframe your sentence, Devi. Pavan, Gordon. When you are reframing, also, it is important that if you can look for some evidences, nothing like it. Okay, like for example, in Shubha's case, I'm not good enough. I made it as I'm worthy exactly as I am. Just like I'm not, we are not reframing saying that, okay, she's suddenly become very superior or anything. Just in the state that I am valuable, I am worthy, I am good. So I love and accept myself exactly the way I am. Right. So, in Shubha's case, when she is reframing, I'm not good enough, she can think about all the different instances where she was good. She might be having multiple such examples in her own life where she was extremely good. Maybe she was a very good student. Subha, you have something to share? Maybe she did very good in her school studies or college studies. I didn't know. I don't know that. Maybe she excelled in some sport, whatever. That is one thought you can bring to your mind. Oh, this was something that I was absolutely good at. Now, think about that. Go to your past, think about a memory which gives you that feeling of, oh, yeah, I was a very good student. I always got very good grades. And then that helps you wire this new positive emotion where you feel, yeah, okay, I am good as I am today. Yes, Shubha says, I was good at my workplace. I used to complete all my tasks accurately on time. See, so many things that we are good, but we somehow installed this belief that I'm not good enough. So that's the thought that you have to bring. Yes, Devi, Pavan, write down your reframed thought. Like I tell you,
I wrote, ma'am, I am getting everything. I am abundant.
I'm getting everything and I'm abundant.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me a little reframe it a little more for you. Is it
It
fine?
is present, ma'am.
Huh. Tell me.
Um, how to, ma'am?
Yeah, I will tell you. So your statement was, I'm not able to get what I want.
Yes.
Hmm? I always get things at the right time in my life.
Okay. Okay.
Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that resonate with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
In time, I should get, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I always get things at the right time in my life. There's a time for everything in our life, right? What
Yes,
happens
yes,
is
ma'am.
after a particular point in time, we get desperate
Yes.
that I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not. But you will see many of these things that we get desperate in life, guys. If you look back, many of the things that you were desperate, eventually you got something out of it. Eventually you got. It's not that life has not given you anything. But even at that particular time, you were desperate. Have you observed that pattern in your life? Where you thought that nothing is working for me long back, nothing is working. Suddenly, after a few days, something happened and things started moving in the right direction. And there, and you were like, "Oh, how did this happen? Oh, someone came from um, out of the blue and this started working out." It happens. We have several instances like that in our life, but uh, because there is a long duration, for a long duration, we are not getting what we want. We install this belief that I'm not able to get what I want. No, that's not true. If you look back in the past, there will be several instances when you got what you want. Maybe you'll be able to recollect such incidences, right? Right from your childhood. Is
Yeah,
it
yes,
true
ma'am.
that you have not got
Yes,
anything
truly.
that you wanted?
Yeah, I got, ma'am.
You have, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what we call as questioning your beliefs. When you question your beliefs, you will be able to write down. Actually, I'll tell you, if you do this exercise, sitting quietly 30 minutes with yourself with a notebook, and you write this belief statement, I'm not able to get what I want. And then question that. Is it true? Right from my childhood till now, anything that I aspired for, I have not got it. Life has not given me. Let me think about the things that life has given me. I wanted it and life gave me. So you will be astonished that you'll be able to come up with at least 10 things. At least 5 to 10 things you'll be able to come up with. My coach did this exercise with me because I had this belief that I get everything late in my life. So in my conversations with my coach, I used to say, like, sir, everything happens late in my life. Like, why do you keep saying this? This is a belief inside you. That's how it has been. I started working very late. I got married very late. So, like, okay. So, certain experiences in our life start putting this belief inside us. So he said, as an activity, what I want you to do, Sajna, go back today as a home assignment. I want you to write 5 to 6 instances where you have got things early in your life. Twist it. I want you to write some evidences and come back in the next session. And you won't believe it. I was like, early? When he told me, really? I don't think I've got anything early. She said, go and think. Think and write. Then I got up early in the morning. I was thinking, okay, what can I write? Within a couple of minutes, I was like, oh my God, I've forgotten all these things. I was able to write 6 things. He told me to write 5. I was able to come up with 6 things. I was like, oh, you know, so what you can understand by this pattern is, as human beings, right, we often forget the positive things in our life, but we remember the negative things. Negative experiences are ingrained here. Yes, negative experiences are so hardwired inside us. We can remember negative experiences just like this. But positive things, which life has given you early, I've forgotten that. And when I sat and thought back, then I had to dig back my memory and, yes. Oh my. So that instance, guys, that instance broke my belief. Now, no more I tell myself that I get everything late in life. I said, no, I get things in the right time. No more late and no more early or so. I say I get things in the right time. So if I'm not getting something right now, maybe it's not the right time. See, Sultana has had some beautiful realizations. Very nice, dear. She's doing this activity very sincerely. Yes, you're realizing now how many things I did. No one in my family ever did. Very nice, Sultana. Very nice realization. Hmm. Like in my family, I'm the first woman entrepreneur. Till the time my coach didn't put this in my mind, I was like, I didn't even think about it in that way. I was like, okay, all the women in my family are working, you know. But he asked me one day, how many of them are entrepreneurs? Everybody's working. I said, I thought, and it was like my cousins and everyone. Yeah, you know what? I'm the only I'm the only woman entrepreneur in the family. Hmm, interesting, he said. And you really feel that you don't get you get things late in life? Quite a bit of realization,
It's our
really,
belief.
right? Yes, Devi, you were saying something?
All these are our beliefs only, ma'am.
Yes, yes. That's the reason it is very, very important for us to understand how our mind works. Once we
Yes.
understand how our mind works, we can achieve our goals, guys. Every time you just think about this simple instance, every time you think about starting a new thing in your life, let's take a very simple example. You want to exercise, for fitness sake or maybe to lose weight, whatever it is. But the first time you're exercising in your life, now inside exercise is a good thing. Everybody knows that. But how many times you will be able to push yourself and get yourself to the gym? Tell me that. Many people start gym, they stop it. Then they start, they stop. They start, they stop. Isn't it? They start going for walks, then they stop. They start going, they post. I also used to do the same thing. I'm also sailing on the same boat. Why does that happen? Because our mind constantly keeps demotivating us. You'll see this noise in your head, right? Where the mind says that, "Arey, tomorrow, let's go tomorrow. Yeah, not today. No gymming today. Tomorrow, tomorrow." Why does our mind behave in such a way? Why? Because our mind likes to be in a comfort zone. Being at home, not doing exercise is the comfort zone of the mind. Going out and exercising is pain, which it wants to avoid. Same is the case with any goal that you want to achieve. Your mind doesn't allow you to go out of the comfort zone. And you'll see many examples of people, maybe your friends or relatives, where you might have seen that person was very fat some time ago, and now he has done proper gymming and diet and now is fit and fine. You'll see those examples also. So, how did they do it? They also have the same mind, right? But they did it because they were able to push through. They did not listen to their mind. Their mind also demotivated them. Don't go to the gym, eat junk food, because that is the comfort zone. But they were stronger than their mind. They understood the mind tricks. They pushed through and they said, I'm not going to listen to you. I know exercise is good for me, so I will exercise even if you don't like it. Even if my mind says tomorrow, tomorrow, no, I'm not going to listen to you. They were able to push through. So, what we are doing in this inner transformation challenge is also to make you aware about the tricks that our mind plays on us. And we should not get tricked by it. Unfortunately, many of us get tricked by it and we feel that, okay, mind is saying tomorrow, so let's do it tomorrow. But that tomorrow never comes because tomorrow again, your mind says tomorrow. And this, I gave you with an example of gym and exercise because that's simple to understand. The same thing happens with respect to any goal, whether you're looking for a job, whether you're looking to get married, the same thing happens. And these today, what we did is that beliefs that are there inside you, which are stopping you from achieving your goals. That's why it's called limiting beliefs. Okay. The beliefs that limit, hold you back. But if we replace those limiting beliefs with empowering beliefs, powerful beliefs about ourselves, just think about it how easy it would be to do or achieve anything in life. Yeah, it will be easy for us because when you have that inherent belief inside you that I can do this, nobody can stop you. So that's the reason in social media you find these so many motivational reels and all of that, where they talk about this inner belief that if you believe that you can do it, nobody can stop you. But that because that belief itself pushes you forward. Okay. So I think the evidence part was mind blowing for most of you. Have understood that part of it. I will give you some examples of reframing statements, statements which other people tell about you, how you can reframe. Okay, would you like to hear that? Many of us get very, very disturbed or hurt when other people talk talk bad about us, isn't it? We get impacted. So we spoke a little about self-criticism. Now we come about criticism from others. Sorry, what was that? Somebody said something. Okay, so this one. Couple of statements I have written here, guys. Couple of statements which you can use as statements to reframe the things that people say. Let's say you get affected by some situation, you are worried, and a family member says, "You are too emotional." Reframe that statement in your mind that the person is saying that I'm empathetic and I can deeply connect to other people's feelings. So, statement number one, you are too emotional. Reframe the statement, I'm empathetic and I deeply connect with others' feelings. Let's say someone says you are stubborn and you get worried about it. Stubborn means that you're persistent, you're continuously chasing something. So, I'm persistent and committed when I believe in something. You are lazy. My mother used to say this. You are lazy. So you can reframe this as okay, I value rest and I know how to recharge myself and give my best. You are too quiet. People who are introverts, they get this comment by many people. You are too quiet. And I've seen many introverts getting annoyed when somebody in the party comes to them and say that, what happened, man? You are too quiet. Reframe it. He's saying that I'm a listener and I speak only when required or with intention. You are bossy, then you are overthinking. Many times we say that, I think you are overthinking the whole situation. I'm detail oriented and I would like to analyze things carefully. These are just a couple of statements which you can, reframe the statement you can use. Of course, I always suggest my students to use their own reframed statement because it should resonate with them. Okay. But I'm just giving you some examples that you can use. Devi, does that help you?
Yes, ma'am. It is very helpful.
Because Devi had mentioned yesterday about criticism.
Yes, ma'am.
She gets very upset when somebody criticizes her.
I will use these statements, ma'am, when negative comments will come.
Yes, yes. And you can, if you feel any of those statements is little longer or little difficult to remember, you can make your own simple statement.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, always make it your own statement. These are just examples that we give.
Yes.
Because when we tell students that reframe it to a positive one, they keep wondering how to reframe, how to reframe. So we give some examples that can give them ideas to reframe it.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about people criticizing us, there is one important concept that we also need to learn, which is about reflections. What are reflections? As the word suggests, when you stand in front of a mirror, the mirror throws the reflection back at you, right? That's the reason you can see yourself in the mirror. That's what is the English meaning of reflection. Now, what reflections mean in the coaching world is when someone says something to you and you get hurt by that statement. Let's say someone says something and you get upset by what that person said. It typically means that that thing what he has said is something that you already don't like about yourself. Hmm? Let me give you an example here. You will see, let's say there is a girl, and there long ago when we were children, there used to be uh, one girl who used to be extremely obese in our building. Now, every time the kids or anybody else teased her because she was fat, she used to get extremely angry. And she used to give bad words and start fighting with those people who have called her that. You will also see a couple of children who are dark skinned. They also do that. When somebody calls them uh, by referring to their skin tone, they get angry, they start fighting with them. Why does that happen? It happens because the other person is pointing out a fault in you, which you believe is a fault, which you already believe is a fault inside you. Okay? So if you have accepted that part of you, you will never get angry. Which means if you are fat and somebody teases you saying that you are fat, if you have acceptance about it, if you say, you might have also seen people who don't get affected by it. Somebody passes a comment about they being overweight and they're like, okay, I've always been of this type. Just give me a moment. Just get my headphones. Yeah, sorry. So you must have also met certain people, even if people tease them about them being overweight or about their skin tone or anything, you know, they will just casually pass it off saying that, oh, I've always been like this. There used to be a bald guy in our office working, and people used to tease him about, he not having even a single hair. He looking like a monk. They had literally named him a monk. Um, and he was really okay with it. He was like, yes, this is, I have been like this right from my college days. Why? Because that's a part of him that he had already accepted. So he really genuinely did not feel hurt about it. So when people say something and you get hurt or you get impacted by it, it is usually something that you have not accepted about yourself. It's something that you already don't like about yourself. So question that thing, whatever that person, whatever your friend or somebody must have told you, just think about it, that statement, and question yourself, is this something that I already do not like about myself? Question yourself. I want you to do this reflection exercise. Think about a statement somebody made in the past and you were really angry about it. And now question yourself, do I also believe the same about myself? One more example. I used to always get angry when somebody tells me that I'm not very organized. You know, now my desk, in those days, I used to have a very small desk. In our office, the cubicle space was very, very less. But whatever space that we had, we used to share one cubicle, three of us together. So the space that we all had was very, very restricted. And in that limited space, I used to keep a lot of my things here and there, and it used to be a little cramped up, you know. So there used to be a colleague of mine who used to say, Sajna, why are you so disorganized? Yeah? Why are you not at all organized? Whenever this colleague used to say that, it used to be very hurtful for me. It's like uh, many times I kept quiet, but it hurted me. And then one day I blasted him. I said, why do you keep saying this? I don't like it. Don't call me disorganized. But when I learned this theory of reflection, I understood what triggered me, what used to trigger me at that time. Because there was an inherent belief inside me, yes, I'm not good in organizing things. Wherever I sit, I make a lot of mess. I knew that. And when somebody just pointed it out to me, I used to get annoyed on that person. This is the reflection theory. Things that we do not accept about ourselves are things that trigger us. Things that, when we hear from others, it hurt us. There was a person who came for my coaching, one of the student. He uh, he told me that I'm seeing a pattern in my life where whichever job I got into two jobs. In both of the jobs, the manager, uh, towards the end, the manager just called the HR and told me, these were the exact words that you're not good for this role. You're not the right fitment for this role. So we have to move you to some other project, or in one case, though, they asked me to leave. So I get this statement every time, and I feel so bad when they say I'm not good, I'm not good. No, I am good. He kept saying this. I spent some time going through his childhood memories and digging up all of that. And then I asked him, I want you to close your eyes, think about this statement, and tell me, do you really feel that you are good enough? Do you feel you deserve this job? So he spent some time with himself, and then he came back and he told me, no, actually, Sanjana, although on the surface level, I keep saying that, I have the knowledge skill, but there is a deeper confidence issue inside me. Let me be very honest. Many a times my mind tells me, when I go to click on the apply button of the job, my mind says, no, you might not be the right fitment for this job. Don't do it. So I said, so your manager is just your reflection. He's just showing you the mirror. Don't get angry on him. He's showing you the mirror. You yourself believe that you're not good enough. What will the world will show you the same mirror, isn't it? This is the reflection theory. Every time somebody hurts you, I want you to think about this reflection theory and sit with yourself. Is this a belief that I already have about myself? Does that resonate with you? Does that make you understand about certain incidents that happened in your past? Uh, Another example of this reflection theory, there was this girl called Rachel. She came with a problem where she mentioned that I'm seeing that there are recurring instances in my life where people cheat me. So there have been multiple instances when different people, not the same person, but the different people have cheated me. So I'm now having a greater amount of issue in trusting anybody. I'm not allowing anybody into my life, which means I'm not making new friends. I'm not socializing because I'm very scared. So I want to come out of this rut. And she, we had a detailed conversation and she told me what all had happened and everything. Okay. But in that conversation, what came out was that I told her to look back and tell me whenever someone had cheated her in multiple occasions, whenever someone cheated you, obviously before that cheating episode, there might have been some red flags, right? I said before, when somebody is trying to manipulate and cheat you, your mind usually gives you some red flags. If something is, we feel something is not well, something is not correct. So, did you get those red flags? I asked her. She thought about it. She said, yes, yes, yes. There were warnings by my mind that something is fishy. Ah, something is fishy. So when you got that warnings, what did you do? I said, well, I ignored it, thinking, okay, some bad thoughts are coming into my mind. I ignored it. Hmm. So what is the lesson here, guys? She does not trust herself. Each one of us have beautiful instincts, but how much do we trust those instincts? I told her, when you don't trust yourself, when you don't trust yourself, how can you trust others? When your instincts are telling you that something is fishy, aren't you supposed to be a little cautious? Aren't you supposed to trust yourself, trust your instinct? Yes. That was a reflection that she got. Several of you will get different reflections. In her case, she did not trust herself, her own instincts, and that's the reason she got into several of those instances where others cheated her and walked away. Because life was giving her this lesson again and again. Was one incident happened and you were warned, but you did not listen. Now, it brought in a second instance to teach her a lesson. Remember, each of these episodes in your life are lessons. It's better that you learn your lesson faster. If you are a good student, you will learn the lesson faster. Why? Because the moment you learn that lesson, you will see that challenge will disappear from your life. The moment you may take corrective action, that particular, you will not see that recurring pattern. So people who come to our coaching, they ask, ma'am, what can I do? This recurring pattern is happening in my life. I'm so confused. I'm so upset and deep. I'm crying all the time. Why is this happening? The answer is simple and sweet. It is learn the lesson that life is teaching you. Once you learn that lesson, the challenge will be gone. The pattern will get interrupted. Then life will bring you a new challenge. That's a different thing. Because our entire life is full of lessons. Remember that. The entire journey of your life is to help you grow. Help you grow. The moment, the moment these lessons stop coming, believe it or not, you will feel like dying. Why? Because there's nothing without challenge in your life. Your life becomes boring. Yeah, just think about it. If you're just think about a movie, guys. Just think about you go to a movie, the movie has your favorite actor and it is directed by your favorite director. You go for this movie, wow, something great. It will be great entertainment. You go and sit there, and this guy in the movie, this actor gets up in the morning, brushes his teeth, has breakfast, goes to work, cribs about everything in work, comes back home, has dinner with the family, goes to bed. The next day, he does the same thing. The third day, he does the same thing. Fourth day, he does the same thing. Yeah, you'll get bored. You'll walk out of that theater before the interval. Yes, because it will become that boring. So understand the challenges that we experience in our life are nothing but lessons. Lesson for our growth. Learn the lesson faster and implement those changes. I started doing that when I experienced certain turbulences in life. Okay, I said, okay, lesson learned. Going forward, if life throws a similar challenge, I'm not going to respond in this way, like the way I responded, because this I understood is the wrong way. So in the next instance, I implemented the new way. And guess what? That pattern never came back. That's magic. So the magic is there in our hands, and we keep searching for magic elsewhere. Okay, so let's wrap up for today's session. Thank you so much for being a part of today's session. Love you guys. God bless you.